A clash of styles, setting the stage. The air crackled with anticipation. A hush fell over the crowd. All eyes were on two figures, illuminated in the center of the ring. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, the heavy-hitting knockout artist. Frank the Ghost Martin, the skilled and determined underdog. This was more than a fight. This was a clash of styles, a battle of wills. Davis, a fighter who embodies raw power and aggression. His knockout record precedes him. Martin, a study in resilience and unwavering focus. His journey has been marked by overcoming adversity. The boxing world buzzed with anticipation. Would Davis's power prove too much for Martin? Could Martin weather the storm and outmaneuver the champion? Behind closed doors, the unseen battles. Every great fight is more than just what happens under the bright lights. It's the culmination of countless hours of sweat, discipline, and sacrifice. It's about the unseen battles fought in the quiet solitude of the gym. Davis, known for his explosive power, honed his craft with relentless precision. Each punch thrown was a study in force and accuracy. His training regimen, a testament to his dedication to his craft. Martin, the underdog with a point to prove, trained with a quiet intensity. His focus was unwavering, his determination absolute. Beyond the physical preparation lay the mental game, the doubts, the fears, the unwavering belief in oneself. Davis, carrying the weight of expectation, trained with the knowledge that one mistake could cost him everything. Martin, embracing the underdog role, channeled his hunger and desire into every training session. The real battle had already begun, fought not just in the ring but deep within themselves. From Baltimore streets to championship dreams, the making of Tank Davis. Gervonta Davis's story is one etched in grit and glory. Born and raised amidst the rugged streets of West Baltimore, Davis found solace in the squared circle. Boxing became his escape, his sanctuary, his path to a life beyond the harsh realities surrounding him. He walked into the gym a scrawny kid with fire in his eyes, a natural-born fighter with an innate understanding of the sweet science. His talent was undeniable, his power a force to be reckoned with. He rose through the amateur ranks like a meteor, racking up wins and turning heads with his explosive style. Knockout after knockout, title after title, Davis quickly established himself as a force to be reckoned with. He carried the hopes of his city on his shoulders, a beacon of hope for those who dared to dream of a better life. The silent rise of the ghost Frank Martin's unwavering pursuit. While Davis was making headlines with his knockout power, Frank Martin was quietly building his legacy. Hailing from St. Louis, Missouri, Martin's journey was one of unwavering determination and quiet resilience. He wasn't handed anything. He earned every opportunity with sweat, blood, and an unyielding belief in himself. Martin's story is one of perseverance. He navigated the treacherous waters of the amateur circuit with grit and determination. Every fight was a lesson learned, every victory a testament to his work ethic. He wasn't the flashiest fighter, but he possessed a quiet confidence that spoke volumes. He turned professional in 2017, his sights set on proving himself against the best. While the spotlight might not have been on him initially, Martin's performances were impossible to ignore. He was a silent storm brewing, a threat to anyone who dared to underestimate him. The science of brutality, dissecting Davis's training regimen. Davis's training camp was a testament to the science behind his brutal artistry. It was a symphony of power, speed, and precision. Every movement, every punch thrown was calculated to inflict maximum damage. He moved with the grace of a dancer and the power of a freight train. His days began before the sun rose, pushing his body to its limits. Strength training honed his physique into a weapon. Speed drills sharpened his reflexes to a razor's edge. Sparring sessions were wars of attrition, testing his skills against the best his camp could offer. He studied his opponents, dissecting their weaknesses and exploiting them ruthlessly in the ring. Davis's training camp was a crucible, forging him into the ultimate weapon. The art of resilience unpacking Martin's strategic approach. In stark contrast to Davis's raw power, Martin's training regimen was a masterclass in strategy and resilience. He understood that this fight would be a marathon, not a sprint. He would need to weather the storm, outmaneuver his opponent, and seize his opportunity when it presented itself. He focused on honing his already impressive footwork, his movements fluid and unpredictable. He sparred with partners who mimicked Davis's aggressive style, learning to anticipate his attacks and counter with surgical precision. Martin's defense was his greatest asset, a shield forged in countless hours of sweat and determination. He spent hours studying tapes of Davis's previous fights, analyzing his patterns and identifying weaknesses. He needed to stay one step ahead, to anticipate his opponent's every move and dictate the pace of the fight. Round 1, a feeling out process. The bell rang and the crowd erupted. The energy inside the arena was electric, a palpable tension filling the air. Davis, radiating confidence, stalked forward, his eyes locked on Martin. Martin, the picture of composure, circled, his feet light, his guard high. The first round was a chess match, a study in contrasts. Davis, the aggressor, probing for openings, his power punches held in reserve. Martin, the matador, using his footwork and ring generalship to control the distance. Jabs snapped through the air, testing defenses, gauging reactions. The crowd on their feet roared their approval with every exchange. Davis, seeking to land the big blow, his power evident in every punch. Martin, evading, countering, refusing to be drawn into a brawl. Round 2, trading blows. The second round began with a renewed intensity. Davis, sensing the urgency, began to cut off the ring, trapping Martin against the ropes. Martin, his back against the wall, fought back with a fury. Combinations flew from both sides, the sound of leather on flesh echoing through the arena. The crowd was on its feet, a cacophony of cheers and jeers. Davis, his power shots landing with bone-jarring impact. Martin, absorbing the punishment, firing back with quick counters. The pace was relentless, a furious dance of attack and counterattack. Davis, frustrated by Martin's resilience. Martin, emboldened by his ability to withstand the champion's power. Round 3, Martin's movement. Round 3 saw a shift in momentum. Martin, his confidence growing, began to dictate the pace of the fight. His footwork was masterful, his movements elusive. Davis, accustomed to overwhelming his opponents with his power, found himself chasing shadows. The crowd, sensing the shift, roared their approval for the underdog. Martin, his jab finding its mark with increasing regularity, keeping Davis at bay. Davis, frustrated, trying to cut off the ring, but Martin was always a step ahead. The round ended with Martin landing a clean right hand just as the bell rang. Round 4, Davis turns up the heat. Davis, his pride stung, came out for the fourth round with renewed purpose. The fire in his eyes was back, his determination to finish the fight evident in every move. He pressed forward, cutting off the ring with renewed aggression, forcing Martin to fight in close quarters. Martin, feeling the pressure, refused to back down. He traded blows with the champion, his punches crisp and accurate. The crowd on the edge of their seats watched as the two warriors exchanged blows in the center of the ring. The round was a slugfest, a testament to the heart and will of both fighters. Round 5, a close call. The fifth round began with Davis continuing his relentless assault. He had Martin trapped against the ropes, a barrage of punches raining down on the challenger. The crowd held their breath, wondering if this was the end for Martin. But Martin, his chin tucked behind his gloves, weathered the storm. He absorbed the punishment, waiting for his opportunity to counter. And then, just as Davis seemed poised to deliver the knockout blow, Martin unleashed a lightning-fast counter right hook. The punch caught Davis flush on the chin, sending shockwaves through the arena. The champion stumbled backward, his legs unsteady beneath him. The crowd erupted, their cheers deafening. Round 6 momentum shifts. The sixth round began with a sense of urgency. Martin, sensing blood in the water, pressed his attack, seeking to finish the fight. Davis, his legs still shaky, fought back with desperation. The momentum had shifted, and the outcome of the fight hung in the balance. The crowd on their feet roared their approval, their voices echoing through the arena. Martin, his punches finding their mark with increasing regularity. Davis, his power diminished, trying to weather the storm. Martin, his confidence soaring, had taken control of the fight. Davis, his aura of invincibility shattered, was forced to dig deep, to find a way to turn the tide back in his favor. The weight of doubt, public perception of Frank Martin. Before the opening bell, a palpable skepticism hung over Frank Martin. He was the underdog, the unknown quantity stepping into the ring with a destroyer. Boxing pundits, with their air of authority, had penned him as a stepping stone in Davis's path. Another name on the champion's highlight reel. Social media, a breeding ground for both fervent support and harsh criticism, echoed these doubts. Martin was dismissed as outmatched, outgunned, out of his league. The weight of expectation, or rather the lack thereof, rested heavily upon him. He was expected to lose, to be a footnote in Davis's continuing narrative of dominance. But Martin carried these doubts as a badge of honor, fuel for the fire burning within. He knew that respect, like victory, had to be earned. A star on the rise, Martin's path to the Davis fight. Frank Martin's journey to the pinnacle of the sport was one paved with grit and determination. He emerged from the bustling boxing scene of St. Louis, a city with a rich fighting heritage. He honed his craft in dimly lit gyms, his talent nurtured by seasoned trainers who recognized the fire within. His amateur career was a testament to his dedication, his steady rise through the ranks marked by a string of impressive victories. He wasn't a knockout artist, but a skilled technician, his style a blend of speed, agility, and ring IQ. He let his boxing do the talking, quietly amassing a record that demanded attention. His transition to the professional ranks was seamless. He carried his amateur pedigree with him, racking up win after win against increasingly tough competition. The Davis fight, though a significant step up in competition, was merely the culmination of years of hard work and unwavering belief. Redemption in defeat, the transformation of the Ghost. The final bell rang, and though the judges' scorecards ultimately favored Davis, there was a sense that Martin had achieved something far more profound than victory. He had stared into the abyss of defeat and emerged transformed. No longer was he the unknown contender, but a proven warrior, his stock elevated by his performance. The boxing world, once dismissive, now sang his praises. Social media, once a platform for doubt, was flooded with messages of respect and admiration. Martin, in defeat, had earned what many fighters spend their careers chasing: recognition. The fight, though ending in a loss on his record, was a turning point in Martin's career. The underdog's legacy inspiration beyond the scorecards. The true measure of a fighter's impact transcends wins and losses. It lies in the hearts and minds of those who witness their journey. Frank Martin, in his valiant effort against Gervonta Davis, had etched his name into the annals of boxing lore, not as a champion, but as an embodiment of the underdog spirit. His performance resonated with fans around the world, reminding them that greatness is not defined by the outcome, but by the courage to face seemingly insurmountable odds. He had shown the world that sometimes the greatest victories are found not in the judges' scorecards, but in the heart of a fighter who dared to dream. As the final bell echoed through the arena, a different kind of battle commenced. The digital coliseum of social media roared to life, a flurry of tweets, posts, and comments dissecting every moment of the fight. The Gervonta Davis vs. Frank Martin showdown had transcended the physical realm, sparking a virtual firestorm of opinions, debates, and analyses. Hashtags like #DavisMartin, #TheGhost, and #Tank exploded across platforms, each post a digital blow in a battle for narrative supremacy. Fans, pundits, and fighters alike weighed in, their virtual voices echoing the cheers and jeers that had filled the arena moments before. The fight, it seemed, was far from over. The digital arena, much like its physical counterpart, was a place of raw emotion and unfiltered reactions. Excitement, frustration, disappointment, and admiration swirled together, creating a digital tapestry that reflected the raw passion that boxing evokes. The fight had ignited a firestorm, and the online world was ablaze with debate. The social media response to the Davis versus Martin fight was a microcosm of the sport's ability to divide and unite. Opinions on the outcome, the judges' scorecards, and the performances of both fighters were as varied as the fans themselves. The digital arena became a battleground for differing perspectives, each side passionately defending their view. Supporters of Davis, accustomed to his highlight reel knockouts, expressed a mix of satisfaction with the victory and a hint of disappointment that their fighter hadn't delivered his trademark finish. Some questioned Martin's willingness to engage, while others acknowledged the challenger's resilience and tactical approach. Martin's supporters, on the other hand, were vocal in their praise for the underdog's performance. They lauded his heart, his grit, and his ability to push a fighter of Davis's caliber to the limit. Many felt Martin had done enough to earn the victory, questioning the judges' scorecards and calling for a rematch. In the aftermath of the fight, a curious phenomenon unfolded on social media. While Davis had emerged victorious, it was Frank Martin who experienced a surge in popularity and online support. The underdog, who had entered the ring facing skepticism and doubt, had won the hearts of fans with his gutsy performance. Martin's social media following grew exponentially in the hours and days following the fight. Fans, inspired by his tenacity and heart, flocked to his pages, showering him with praise and encouragement. He became a symbol of resilience, a testament to the power of belief and the indomitable spirit of a fighter. The boxing world, often quick to dismiss a fighter after a loss, seemed to recognize something special in Martin. He had, in defeat, earned the respect of his peers and the admiration of fans worldwide. His story resonated with those who had faced their own battles, reminding them that true grit and determination can elevate even in the face of setbacks. Beyond the buzz, the real impact on Martin's career. The social media buzz surrounding Frank Martin's performance had tangible consequences for his career trajectory. No longer an unknown entity in the boxing world, he emerged from the Davis fight with newfound leverage and a platform to build upon. Promoters and matchmakers took notice of his grit, skill, and the public's newfound interest in his career. The phone started ringing, offering lucrative fight opportunities against high-profile opponents. Martin, once relegated to the shadows, was now a hot commodity in the sport. The Davis fight, though ending in a loss on his record, had served as a springboard for Martin's career. He had proven his mettle on the biggest stage, showcasing his skills and heart to a global audience. The social media buzz, far from being ephemeral, had paved the way for a brighter future, one filled with opportunities to cement his legacy in the sport. A new era, the shifting landscape of boxing. The dust settled, the roar of the crowd faded into memory, and the boxing world took stock of the seismic shift that had just occurred. The Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin fight, beyond its immediate impact, signaled a changing of the guard, a new era dawning upon the sport. No longer were the established hierarchies unassailable. The old guard, while still formidable, was now facing a wave of hungry contenders, emboldened by Martin's performance. The fight had exposed a vulnerability, a crack in the armor of invincibility that surrounded the sport's elite. The old adage, "styles make fights," took on a new meaning. Martin's technical prowess and ring generalship, though not enough to secure victory, had exposed a potential blueprint for dethroning power punchers like Davis. The fight served as a strategic masterclass, a testament to the enduring value of boxing IQ and tactical acumen. Rematch or revival charting Davis's next move. Gervonta Davis, though emerging victorious, faced a crossroads in his career. The aura of invincibility that had once cloaked him had been pierced, his dominance challenged in a way he hadn't experienced before. The question now was how he would respond. A rematch with Martin, a chance to silence any lingering doubts and reassert his dominance, held a certain allure. The boxing world, hungry for a rematch that could potentially surpass the original, clamored for a second installment of the Davis-Martin saga. However, other contenders, emboldened by Martin's performance, were lining up for their shot at the champion. Names like Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, each representing a unique challenge, swirled in the rumor mill, adding intrigue to Davis's next move. Section 3. The Underdog's Ascent, Potential Paths for Martin. Frank Martin, despite the loss on his record, emerged from the Davis fight with a renewed sense of purpose and a world of opportunity at his feet. The boxing world, now recognizing his talent and heart, eagerly awaited his next move. A rematch with Davis, a chance to avenge his loss and claim the championship that had eluded him, remained a tantalizing prospect. However, other intriguing matchups beckoned, each presenting a chance to solidify his standing as a top contender. A fight against former champion Teofimo Lopez, a stylistic clash that promised fireworks, held significant appeal. Alternatively, a showdown with rising star Rolly Romero, a knockout artist cut from a similar cloth as Davis, presented an opportunity to showcase his defensive skills and strategic prowess. Section 4. A new breed of contenders, the ripple effect. The Davis vs. Martin fight sent ripples throughout the lightweight division, inspiring a new generation of contenders and igniting a firestorm of ambition within the sport. Young fighters, witnessing Martin's courage and tactical brilliance, dared to dream bigger, to envision themselves challenging the established order. Gyms across the country buzzed with renewed energy, fueled by the belief that anything was possible. Trainers, inspired by Martin's strategic approach, emphasized footwork, ring generalship, and the importance of a well-rounded skill set. The sport was witnessing a resurgence of the thinking fighter, a breed of boxer who combined physical prowess with tactical acumen. The Davis-Martin fight had served as a catalyst, ushering in an era where skill and strategy were once again valued alongside raw power and knockout ability. Section 5. The enduring spirit of boxing lessons learned. Beyond the technical analysis and strategic breakdowns, the Gervonta Davis vs. Frank Martin fight reminded us of boxing's enduring spirit. It showcased courage, resilience, and the pursuit of greatness. Martin, in defeat, embodied the underdog spirit, challenging perceptions and defying expectations. He inspired others to chase their dreams no matter the odds. The fight showcased boxing's beauty and brutality, the dance between skill and will, and the raw emotion that draws fans. In the ring, as in life, the greatest victories are in the heart of a fighter. Echoes of greatness, a night etched in history. As the lights dimmed, the crowd dispersed and the echoes of battle faded into the night. The Gervonta Davis vs. Frank Martin fight, a whirlwind of power and precision, had come to an end. Its impact, like a thunderclap, lingered in the hearts of those who witnessed it. A night showcasing the essence of boxing, embodying the human spirit's indomitable nature. Beyond the scorecards measuring heart and determination, the judges' scorecards, though declaring Davis the victor, only told a fraction of the story. It's the measure of a fighter's heart, their willingness to push beyond their limits. Martin, though falling short on the scorecards, had demonstrated this intangible quality in abundance. In the aftermath, it was Martin's heart and refusal to back down that resonated most deeply with fans. The price of courage, the physical toll of combat fades with time. But beneath these marks lie deeper scars, invisible to the naked eye. They are the scars of courage, the price of pursuing a dream. Both Davis and Martin carried these unseen scars. The grueling training camps, the relentless pressure, all leave their mark. They are the badges of honor worn by those who have stared into the abyss of defeat. Section 4. The sweet science endures, a testament to human spirit. The Gervonta Davis vs. Frank Martin fight served as a powerful reminder of boxing's allure. This ancient sport captivates audiences, its raw intensity cutting through modern life. It reveals the human spirit in its rawest form, no shortcuts, only stark reality. As long as there are dreamers, the sweet science will endure. It reflects the human spirit's courage and resilience. Section 5. A legacy forged in the crucible of combat. The legacy of a fight is often defined not by the final result, but by the impact it leaves on the sport and those who witnessed it. The Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin fight will continue to cast a long shadow, its lessons reverberating through the years. Davis emerged victorious, forever changed by the experience. Martin, though defeated, proved his mettle and earned respect, ready to face future challenges. Section 6. The final bell, until the next showdown. As the final bell echoed, signaling the end of the Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin fight, a sense of finality hung in the air. The battle was over, the victor crowned, the vanquished left to contemplate their next move. But in boxing, every ending is a prelude to a new beginning. Fighters retreat to training camps, fueled by lessons learned and the pursuit of greatness. Fans, their passion reignited, anticipate the next chapter in boxing's saga. As the lights dimmed, the boxing world held its breath, awaiting the next challenge.